Today on Locked On Red Wings, we're going to talk about that 5-2 loss to the Islanders. That was certainly something.
You're Locked On Red Wings, your daily podcast on the Detroit Red Wings. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome back to the Locked On Red Wings podcast. We are your hosts, Brian Fisher and Scotty Bentley. Scotty also hosts over at Locked On Tigers. Thanks for making us your first listen every single day. We are free and available on all platforms. And Scotty, happy Friday, buddy.
Happy Friday, brother.
Thank you.
Happy Friday. Happy Horse Day.
Happy Horse Day. Yeah, there you go. We're going to start calling it that from now on. Unfortunately, well, it is Friday, and that's always good news for us. We have to recap the Red Wings' 5-2 loss to the New York Islanders. I guess silver lining, blessing in disguise with back-to-back games on Saturday and Sunday. We don't have to recap it for very long because
Sure,
that was not a very good game. Not a great game.
No, it certainly wasn't, was it? No, it was not.
Where do you want to start off with this one, Scotty?
The defense, yeah.
All right, you want to go off, buddy? You look like you
That
kinda
was
wanna go
just
off.
horrible. It was embarrassing. Philip Hronek looked like a traffic cone. Yeah, it was all bad. It was all horrific. Do we have a heat map for this game? Because that would I'm sure that would be a sight to behold. It
This is
wasn't
at
good.
all strengths.
And it was not only was it oh, there you go. Look at that. That is a Pacific Ocean in front of the net there for the Islanders. The Wings, not bad on their end.
Well, they outshot the Islanders. They were getting plenty of scoring opportunities. The difference was the Islanders just capitalized on it because the Wings played so poorly defensively.
Right. Correct. Yes. Honestly, they kind of almost look exactly the same. Look at that. They almost look exactly the same. The Islanders just got a couple more from like where the defensemen are set up. But I mean, that's obviously terrible. Really, a lot of shots right in front of the net there. A lot of shots just right. Yeah. I mean, like not good. And the defense. Not the defense, the goaltending, Grice, while he didn't look fantastic by any stretch, it's at this point, it's incredibly hard for me to really get super hard on whoever's in net for this team, because you're asking them to climb Mount Everest every night. Like yeah. I'm not gonna go off and freak out about Thomas Grice's save percentage when he has this defense in front of him and this team playing defense, because the forwards are just as guilty in front of him. So I mean,
yeah, I know we've been talking, you bagging on Grice a little bit. But I'm in the same boat with you. And the defense in front of them is this bad. Like, despite Grice's individual performances, I can't really give him a lot of flack for this one. And, the 2 goals down low in front in the slot are, those are one thing. It's these 3 shots from out here in the, high slot area or even outside the slot. Damn near some of these are closer to the blue line. And the reason I bring those up is I don't even blame Grice for those, because one, it's hard to win a hockey game, Scotty, when you allow a shot in the first 9 or allow a goal in the first 9 seconds of the game. The puck comes off the face-off. Phil Hronek misplays it.
Really
he lets himself get beat by Barzal down the wing. Everyone, not just Hronek, but everyone is just watching Barzal, not looking for the late man. Barzal just passes it back, shoots, scores. That happens for the first 3 goals in this game, Scotty. The first 3 goals were a copy-paste of that same exact play, and you can see it on the heat map if you're watching on YouTube. One of them happened on the left circle, but the other 2 happened high in the offensive zone. Nobody was watching for the late man, and it happened 3 times. And it's so obviously, first and foremost, the blame goes on the defense, but also the forwards. For if there's a late man, if there's a late man coming in, that's your job to pick him up, because the defense already have to cover 2 guys down low. So yeah, Phil Hronek and his partner Mark Stahl, and who we just praised, all first segment yesterday in yesterday's episode, go out there and lay an egg defensively. And you know what? I'm going to hop on over now to the hockey stat card so you can see that one. That was just a horrible, horrible game by that specific defensive pairing.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Philip Hronek and Mark Stahl together as a pair were a -2 on the impact card, which is really, really bad, guys, when it comes to defense. Each. And the reason why their offense is so high is because one, Hronek had an assist, and then Mark Stahl, of course, was out there for the goal. So their offense is high just because they were out there. Their defense did not make up for that.
Well, also, when you're not playing defense, I guess you can just like skate down the ice and try to get some breaks going. Like, I guess
it's an interesting pair considering they're both offensive defensemen.
If you really don't give a single flapping bird about defense, I guess that can translate into some decent offensive production. But my goodness, that is an embarrassingly bad I mean,
and then you have Jordan Osterley, who basically shoves a guy into his goaltender, and which is most likely the reason why Thomas Greiss didn't come back out for the third night. I didn't think Thomas Greiss played bad enough to get pulled, unless it was a coaching move or he was injured. The coach just wanted to put a spark in.
I think the rumor was injury because he wasn't even on the bench after he got pulled.
Yeah, and then so Nedeljkovic comes in the third, lets in a goal on the first shot, much like Greiss did. But again, it's just like you said, it's hard to blame any one particular goaltender when they're playing behind a defense that is as underperforming as this. Not even just defense, as a team. Let's get away from just defense oriented, because on that hockey stat card, no one was really effective defensively in this game. So I have a hard time blaming any goaltender in any of these situations with how bad this team is playing right now.
Correct. Yeah,
defensively.
Absolutely same. I mean, like, offensively,
they outshot
much better.
Well, but they did heavily outshoot them.
They had some opportunities. There was just no capitalization of said opportunities.
Yeah. So if we go back to natural stat trick, and you can see the overall Corsi chart of the game, throughout the entire game, it continually went towards the Red Wings' favor. I mean, they had more shots the entire game, and if you were to look at the expected goals for percentage, which is up here, you can see that they had the better shot attempts. Like, their quality of their shot attempts was better the entire game. They had good forward possession, and that's at 5-on-5 only, guys. That doesn't even count the power plays. So the Red Wings were, getting the better shot opportunities, but the New York Islanders just were the team that was able to capitalize on it. They were capitalizing their scoring chances better. So, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. It's just really frustrating when you outplay a team and you still get shelled 5-2.
Yeah, correct. And I mean, you outplay them offensively at least. Yeah,
that's what I meant.
There were a few opportunities that they should have scored on, especially in the second period. There was a few moments that they probably should have capitalized and scored. And I mean, I thought they were going to get shut out at one point. I was like, all right, let's just.
I saw your tweet, by the way. That was hilarious.
This is. I was like, this is raps. I mean, this is like there wasn't even too much to comment on during the game. Like, I can make fun of the fact that we gave up a goal 9 seconds in, and then after that, it's just skating back and forth, and we give up a goal sometimes, and then we don't retaliate. And
it's Red Wings pressure for about 30 seconds to a minute. They give up an odd man rush, Islanders score, and then you go back to doing that same exact thing. Pressure, no defense, right. Other team scores. That's what the game was. Good news, Jacob Vrana got his first assist of the season.
Woo!
He's on the board. Chase Pearson made his NHL debut, playing fourth line center in this game. At least that's how the game started out. He looked fine. It was just a bad game, so,
Sure.
I don't really have much else to say about Chase Pearson. Good for him. He looked okay out there.
Yeah, congrats. Congrats, brother. That's about it.
You look at the hockey stat card, he was the second best player on the team behind Sam Gagner in this game. Pearson was a positive impact defensively, offensively, and individually down there on the fourth line for the Detroit Red Wings. One of the few players to have a positive impact all the way around. The other two players, Moritz Seider and Jacob Vrana. The only three players on the team to have 100% positive impact on this game. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds pretty on brand, especially the cider one. I did think he looked good.
Pearson or
Did.
Seider?
I think that I did. Like Cider did look good.
Oh, I mean, that's just we come to expect that from him.
He was fun to watch.
His stick handling always wows me on the blue line, like his patience and like his confidence on the blue line. I don't
Decision
know.
making.
It's crazy. He's
And
so
it's
fast.
decision making that's matched with poise.
Yeah,
Like
like
it's
under
like,
pressure decision making.
right. He's so like calm and cool and like gonna take his time and do what he thinks is right, and what he thinks is right just always happens to be the correct move too. Like it's really remarkable to watch.
You're remarkable to watch.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, Scott, that's literally all I have to say about this game. I have nothing else on my note card.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Suter got a goal. There you go.
Woo.
He
Good job,
he redirected a Phil Peronic shot. There's the assist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great game, guys. It was an awesome game.
Fun.
What probably would have been a bit better if Built Bar 2 was included in there. If you haven't tried their puffs yet, guys, what are you doing? You got to get in there and try their puffs. What have I told you a million times already? They're chocolate covered, protein infused marshmallow. They're fluffy. They're marshmallowy. They're not just a protein bar. They are a treat, and they're covered in 100% real chocolate. Puffs are a fan favorite with some incredible flavors. Yummy cinnamony churro, coconut marshmallow, banana cream pie. So good, they're going to be your new favorite. All Built Bars are covered in 100% real chocolate. Yes, Puffs included, 100% real chocolate. Low calorie, high protein. Replace your candy bar with these. They are better. A typical candy bar has anywhere from 2 to 300 calories. Go to Built.com and scroll down the macros chart. You'll be blown away. High protein, low cal, high fiber, low carb. Compare that to a candy bar, which usually has around 240 calories, 30 grams of sugar, and dozens of net carbs. Built Bars have tons of different flavors to choose from, like mint brownie, coconut almond, and new for this month, white chocolate, cookies, and cream. They're delicious, and new flavors are coming out all the time. If they think of a new flavor might be good, they'll make it. It'll be delicious, and it'll be good for you. So go to Built.com, use promo code LOCK15, and get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCK15 for 15% off at Built.com. All right, Scotty, let's get away from that negativity, that aura, that vibe. By the way, your vibe was way better than my vibe last night. I thought about that halfway through the game. I'm like, Scott, you had that. You saying you had a bad vibe about the Islanders game, and I had a good vibe. Your vibe was right.
Oh.
We weren't trust your vibe.
That's why they call me the Oracle, man. Third eye open.
We have not had an Oracle moment since like the beginning of the season. I think you've lost that moniker at this point.
You're wrong.
Okay, well then Oracle something.
Did you not just have a conversation where you said my vibe was right?
You didn't oracle that. You said it
was
was a vibe. There is a difference there. You don't get to claim in hindsight that that's an Oracle moment.
Actually, I do, because I was right about something. So watch me. There you go. Well, I claimed it.
I'm cutting this whole part out of the episode. No one will ever know.
Yeah, okay. You definitely want to edit after this for sure.
Yeah, totally. I want to edit at 1:30 in the morning. That's definitely what's going on tonight. Just so people know where we're at.
Is there anything else on this game, though? Seriously?
Literally, I have no other comments. Nedeljkovic.
I mean, like the goal, if it's not an injury, the goalie switch was weird. But
Calvin Picard, come on down.
Right.
We're having a bunch of other AHL call-ups right now, so let's just go.
That's quick and easy. It's not an injury. I agree that it's weird, but like, I'm pretty sure it was an injury, so I don't think it's really that weird. Defense really bad. Hronek especially bad.
Lucas Raymond was the worst player on the team, hockey stat card wise. Said he had a horrible impact on this game, which is really rare. I'm not going to look too far into that, but
who?
Raymond had an unorthodox bad game according to advanced metrics.
Well, like you said, man, the forwards, for as much as we dog on the defensemen for, not being great at their namesake, the forwards really did not look good defensively tonight and are a big part of the problem defensively as well. It's definitely not just, there's more forwards on the ice than defensemen at the end of the day. And so, like, it's just as much on them as it is the defense. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. I think that's it. Defense bad, goaltending weird.
If you want to win hockey games, don't give up a goal in the first shot in the first 9 seconds of the game, and then don't also give up a goal in the first shot on your next goalie.
To win when you're literally already losing at puck drop on the opening for the opening of the game.
You gave the Islanders a handicap. Great job.
Yeah, not great, Bob. I think that's it. I think that's all we need to talk about, and all I really want to talk about.
I want to erase that game from my memory. That was not fun. And it's going to get even funner. More fun. He's a writer. As we head to the weekend here, we have back-to-back games on Saturday and Sunday, the first of which is against the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions in the Tampa Bay Lightning.
They going to three-peat?
Well, they're fourth in the Atlantic Division right now, Scotty. The Tampa Bay Lightning, Scotty, at 39, 18, and 6 are fourth in the Atlantic Division.
Yeah, well, the Atlantic's just different, man.
It's cracked, bro.
The Atlantic is just assembled alternatively. That's just like the Atlantic really is nutty, man.
How can you be 20 games above 500 and be fourth? Not even a divisional playoff spot at the moment. That is cracked, dude. And this team is the Tampa Bay Lightning are like what I consider and many consider to be like the team to beat. And you have the Florida Panthers with 92 points, the Toronto Maple Leafs with 85 points, and the Boston Bruins with 85 points. The Tampa Bay Lightning are sitting there at 84 points. You know, the Red Wings are right behind. Well, not right behind, but they're fifth in the Atlantic Division right now. The dichotomy between the top four and the bottom four in this division is insane. The difference.
Do you remember like a month ago when we were like, we're catching Boston?
Yeah, where'd that happen?
Now we're down 30 points.
Where's my share screen at? I've never. Let's do. Dude, this is nutty. This is nutty.
It really is crazy.
Look at that dichotomy.
Clear drop off between the playoff teams and the non-playoff teams.
The top four teams, 92, 85, 85, 84 points. Red Wings, fifth in division, 59 points, 54
25 points worse than the worst team making the playoffs, and you're the best team missing in your division.
Yeah, that's
correct.
Those top four teams are insane, and those bottom four teams are bad. And Red Wings being the best of those four, I guess, is not really much to brag about. But
the other three are the Sabres, the Sens, and the Habs.
Canadians.
Goodness gracious.
So third matchup.
Also, sorry,
you're good.
Like the entire East is just like pretty much figured out already. Like there's because look at the Metro. The Metro is also there's like a 20-point gap, 20+ point gap. So that's just done. The East is already pretty much just like we know what's happening.
It's all about at this point just
the West is just. The Central still has a battle, and then I guess the Central and the Pacific both still have battles. So the East is set, and the West is like, yeah, we're still figuring stuff out.
Pretty much. At this point, it's just all about seeding at this point because the playoff teams are the playoff teams at this point. I mean, the Atlantic Division is still up in the air on who could go second, third, and wild card. I think Panthers pretty handily have that first seed, but
this is so whack, bro.
Yeah.
Like what? This is so whack. The Eastern Conference, okay? The drop-off between the 8th and 9th best the entire Eastern Conference is 13 points. So the worst team in the postseason is the Capitals with 80. The best team not in the postseason in the East is the Blue Jackets with 67.
Yeah, it's the playoff field is figured out. There's nothing up in the air. There's not going to be any team that's going to be just barely. Meanwhile, the Pacific Division, like what happened to the Sharks? What happened to the Knights?
Yeah.
What happened to the Ducks?
Well,
Like they
there's
all
like
fell
4
off.
teams in the running for almost 3 teams in the running for the last spot in both of those divisions.
And in the East, it's just like, yeah, this is what it is.
Yep, it's just over. We know what's up. We might as well just call the season wraps.
If you're a Red Wings fan and you still want to get part of that playoff action, though, go to betonline.net. It's that time of the year again. As college basketball's tournament is finally upon us. Saw Arizona lost today. That was huge. Just what one number 1 seed left?
Just Kansas.
Just Kansas.
We're
From
not
all
even.
the-
We haven't even filled out the Elite Eight yet. We're halfway through the Sweet 16 games, and there's already only one seed left.
So was there just a lot of pretenders this season?
This is March.
From all the latest odds, contests, and players' props, BetOnline.net is the number 1 source for all your sports betting needs and info. BetOnline remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, and news this season. And it's not just basketball. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sport wagering information needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino games. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline, where the game starts. All right, Scotty, for real now, let's get into this LA, what am I saying? Good Lord. Tampa Bay Lightning matchup. And this one's at
My X
LCA.
factor in
That's
this
the
one
caveat.
is going to be the whole team.
Yeah, no, seriously. Because
seriously.
Yeah, no,
Because
seriously.
you're not winning this game without everyone playing out of their minds. So there you go. Analysis.
This is going to be the third matchup between these two teams. Everyone knows how good the Tampa Bay Lightning are. Stamkos, 67 points in 62 games. Hedman, 62 points in 63 games. Killorn, go down the list. It's like that. Where's Kucherov at? He's got 34 points in 28 games. Obviously, he came off of injury a couple months ago now, so he's less games played. Goaltending, Vasilevsky, save percentage of 920. You got Brian Elliott with a save percentage of 912 as a backup. Like, it's the Tampa Bay Lightning, guys. This is them. You know what they are, and your one silver lining is this is a 12:30 game at Little Caesars Arena, so it's going to be packed. And so you're going to say team. I'm going to say the fans again because you're going to need every possible advantage you could possibly get in this game to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. You're going to need a loud barn. I was combining those two words there. A loud barn and a team that shows up to play. That's how you're going to beat a team like the Tampa Bay Lightning. They are the pinnacle in the NHL right now, despite being fourth in the Atlantic.
Do you know who leads the Detroit Red Wings in hits this season?
This is a sudden question.
Because I think it's hilarious. And I just am looking at it right now, and I just think it's hysterical that this is the answer.
It's not somebody I would expect then. It's got to be a wild card.
Who would you expect?
I was going to say like Mo Sider because of all the reverse hits.
Not Mo Sider, not like Giovanni, no.
Well, Giovanni doesn't play enough to lead the team in hits.
Correct. Also fair. He leads the league. He leads the team in PIMS though. So
I'm not surprised at that. Oh man, this is a good question.
He has 127 hits, which is also more than the team leader on Tampa Bay. So he's got quite a few of them.
Is it Tyler Bertuzzi?
It is not.
Is it defense?
No.
So it is a forward. Is it Dylan Larkin?
It is not a top 6 forward.
Michael Rasmussen?
Adam Ernie leads the Detroit Red Wings in hits.
You know, that does sound like an Adam Ernie stat. That really does.
He has 127 going into the game on Saturday. Leads
Former
the
Tampa
Red
Bay
Wings
Lightning, though.
So watch out for that's my X factor, Adam Ernie.
He's changing his answer.
Like 12 hits this game. Just wreak havoc, brother.
Oh man! And then to go from that to Sunday at 5:00 in Pittsburgh, what a gauntlet for those Detroit Red Wings. I guess the question here is: so the Pittsburgh Penguins, second in the Metropolitan Division. The last time these two teams faced off against one another, the Red Wings, Moritz Seider really bullied Sidney Crosby. It was a wonderful game, beautiful, loved that game, but still an incredibly tough gauntlet. Second in the Metropolitan Division, 39, 16, and 10, and the question comes down to is your goaltending situation is who you start in what game, or do you just run net out there both games?
No, you got to do 1-1. You,
I don't
you
know.
got to do 1-1.
They've done back-to-backers with Nedeljkovic in the past this season. They've turned out pretty good.
I think it'll just be Bryce will have a short leash. I don't think they just outright start Ned.
I'll be honest, Scotty. Prior to tonight's game, my thought process when seeing Grice in net today, I was like, okay, so they're giving Ned a couple days off so that when they play the back-to-back, he can play both games. But then Grice didn't quite make it through the entire game. But going back to Grice being injured, if Grice is injured, do they start a Calvin Pickard or do they just go Ned back-to-back?
I think then they would just go Ned.
I wouldn't. I see this human in me is like, don't do the goalie back-to-back like that. Like, don't do that to your guy. Like, give him rest. He plays 60 minutes. No one else on the team plays 60 straight minutes, but no one else is going to give you the chance to win that Nedeljkovic is going to. So,
do you know who leads the Detroit Red Wings in plus minus?
are we just doing random stats today? Random stats.
It's on my screen. I think it's funny.
Leads the team in plus minus, and it's funny.
I mean, it's not Larkin
Mark Stahl.
or Raymond or someone. It is, in fact, Mark Stahl. He has
I think I saw that.
7.
I think I saw that stat the other day, and
It
that's
might have
why
been when we were talking about it, like prepping for
maybe.
yesterday's show.
Yeah, because I remember that and being like, "Really, Mark Stahl? Is that after
Mark
today's
Stahl
game?"
plus 7. Adam Ernie 127 hits and Mark Stahl plus 7. Team leaders.
Now you know who really runs this team.
Damn right you do.
You got any thoughts on those Pittsburgh Penguins? I mean, it's another. Just, I mean, it's a really good team. That's really what it boils down to. I guess I don't really have any thoughts either. I mean, Sidney Crosby, 66 points in 53 games. Gensel, 64 and 59. You know, that you're just reading stat lines at this point. You got Tristan Yarry with a 923 save percentage. God dang it, Scotty. This is such a tough weekend for the Detroit Red Wings. And, like, what do they got to do to sweep
Pretty
this
damn good
season?
goaltending situation there, too, man.
It's not. It's weird. It's tough being on the outside looking in on those situations. Like, you want that.
Yes. Very much so. I mean, like, X Factor for Pittsburgh. Jeff Blashill.
Chase Pearson, if he's still here.
Dan Renouf. Final answer.
There you go. Now we're memeing. Now we're memeing. Taro Hiroshi.
Oh, here we go. Let's stir the pot.
Uh-oh.
Jonathan Bergeron, my X Factor.
Oh,
Thank
okay. Let's go even deeper down the line. Donovan Sabrango.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. I like that.
All right. This is see what the Islanders did to us. The Islanders.
Man, like, whatever.
Oh, Scotty. Any final thoughts, man?
We ball.
We certainly do. Thanks for making Locked On Red Wings your first listen every single day. Now make your second listen Locked On Fantasy Hockey. Hosts Steele Roden and Flip Livingstone help you become the expert of your fantasy league. It's free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We're back with 2 game recaps on Monday. Hopefully the recaps won't just completely suck the wind out of our sails like today's did. Same time, same place. This is your team every day.
Every day.